All right, in this video, I'm going to be installing these brand new Vette lights, LED laser tail lights, 97 to 04 C5 Corvette. They come with a bottle opener keychain, Vette light sticker, nice Vette light sunglasses, as well as the hyper flash harness. Already have one installed, but I will be showing how to do that for you guys. So grab a beer, get ready, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to like the video. So first things first, gotta open up the box, take a look at these beautiful new laser LED taillights. They are clean compared to the ones I have on my car already. Already showed you guys what they came with, got the cards and everything. I believe they make two styles of these. There's just the regular halos that don't have the line in the middle, and then there's the laser ones which have the line. They come in three colors: smoked, red, or clear. I will put a link in the description of the video. You got a resistor on the back with a plug that's going to go to the light socket. Here's the instructions. So you're going to need a T15 Torx bit in order to get two screws out of each light. You want to go ahead and use a screwdriver. I highly suggest instead of a drill, unless you know how to use your drill, or else you can cause some damage on this. These screws are pretty much just going into the fiberglass, and you can strip the head, so just be careful. Once you get your screws out, you want to sit them somewhere off to the side where you're going to remember that they're at. I'm only doing this first light first just to test, and then I'm going to do all three lights next. In order to get this out, you just want to use one of your fingers in the hole and just make sure you don't drop it on your car. I had to put it in between my legs, but I only had one hand because I was filming. You're going to find this tab right here, press in and turn counterclockwise. Once you get the socket out of the tail light, make sure that black gasket is on there and put the old tail light to the side. In order to get the light out of the socket, you want to grab that black part on the bottom and rock it gently out. You don't want to pull on the light bulb, it might break it, and then you'll end up with sharp glass and glass everywhere inside of your socket. You don't want that. So grab that black part. This is stock light bulb 3057. Rock it out gently and you should have it. Okay, so the new LED laser lights are plug and play. So the whole tail light is gonna plug into the socket, the stock socket on the car. You wanna make sure that that gasket is still on that socket. You wanna push the wiring all the way in. It's just like the stock tail light. You wanna push it into the socket, make sure it's seated nice. You're gonna get that big piece that's on the socket, and you're gonna make sure it goes in that big hole. There's two other ones, they're small. So you'll see how it goes. You want to turn it clockwise, make sure it clicks. That tab's going to stop it from turning too far, and you're good. Don't worry about this white wire coming out the resistor. I messaged Vette Lights. They said it was for some kind of testing on early models, I believe. Ignore the Larry, that's not my name. My name's Jay. So you want to make sure that's seated in there. It clicked. Gonna go ahead and test now and make sure that it's working. Go into the car, turn the lights on just one notch. You don't have to turn them all the way on. Come back to the back, and as you can see, it's a big difference. The stock ones don't even look like they're on compared to the new laser LEDs. So now I'm gonna go ahead and finish with the rest of them. I don't know if I said it already, but just make sure that you check and see if the new ones have a L or R on them. The R is for passenger side, L is for driver side. I made the mistake of putting the first one on was the passenger side on the driver's side. Fix that later. At this time, if you want to access your lights on the side, your side markers, or if you're changing those to the laser ones as well, you could do that. This is how you access it, as well as the Middle brake light, it's 2 bolts holding that one on. And your license plate lamps, you can also reach in here and change those bulbs if you want to. Make sure you got that L on there. Gonna have to redo this one right here and then retest, make sure it's right. Make sure you got the gasket on there. These lights seem like they were been in there a long time. Also at this time, you can clean in here if you want, because there's gonna be some dust and just residue. If you plug in the light and go and turn it on to test and it doesn't work, just unplug it and flip it around, do a 180 on the socket that you plugged in, and it should work. If not, hit up Vette lights. They seem like they're really nice, and it says on their cars if you have any issue, any problems, hit them up. They do respond. Highly recommend the lights, you guys. They are bright. All of mine's worked, no issue. First time I plugged them in, didn't have to unplug anything. There was no glitches or anything like that. Just gonna go ahead, get these screws back in. Gonna drill slowly. I'm not, like I said earlier, you should use a screwdriver or a torque screwdriver. If you have it, don't use a drill. You'll end up breaking something if you're not too careful with it. Also, be very careful not to scratch your new lenses up. I know you guys are excited if you got these. Just make sure you don't scratch those. All right, now that we're all done with that, those are installed, working. Gonna install the hyper flash. First thing you want to go to is this little thing right here. Take that off. Usually use a screwdriver. I can do it by hand now. Go over to the other side where your fog light and trunk light or trunk button are, and you want to get the little screwdriver and go under there. Pop that out. You're gonna have access to 2 screws. They are both T10s. So you want to get your drill or your screwdriver and unscrew those. And then there's going to be 2 more on the bottom of this knee bolster or knee pad, whatever you want to call it. There's one by that bolt over there, and then there's going to be another one by the footrest or by your clutch. And it's over on that side. It's not really near your clutch, but it kind of is. Get those out. Once you get those out, you want to make sure you unplug your trunk button. It's just a little press. You press it, pull it out. It's going to disconnect, and then you are ready to drop this whole thing. There's going to be some prongs that go in there that you're going to have to pull. Make sure you're careful when you drop this down, because that's your interior temperature sensor thingy right here, and you're going to have to unplug that. So be very, very careful. But once you get that unplugged, you can go ahead and place your knee bolster or knee pad off to the side. And we're going to go under here. As you can see, this black thing with the relay and the 2 white plugs are my hyper flash that I already have installed. I'm going to take this out and redo it to show you guys what you need to do. So hyper flash harnesses are installed on C5 Corvettes because what happens is when you install LED lights on a C5, they tend to blink really, really fast, like your blinker light is out or something's wrong. So this connects to your hazard button that's in the middle of your dashboard next to that AC vent. So what you're going to do here is just unplug that, disconnect those 2, and you're going to get your hyper flash harness, and you're going to get the male end and plug it into the female end that's coming off of your car next to the steering column. You're going to get the male or end of your coming from your hazard switch and plug it into the female end of the harness, and then you'll get like a zip tie or whatever you need to tie that up and make sure it doesn't get in the way of anything. So I know another issue with the C5 is the hazard switch usually goes out or it messes up and your blinkers won't work and your hazards won't work. I don't know if this fixes that. Here are the blinkers with the taillights off. The halos don't light up with that. And then this is with the lights on. The halos are on. And they're really, really bright, man. I can see why they came with sunglasses. They look dope. As always, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you like the content and want to see more. We'll definitely be dropping a lot more videos.